morning, everybody. Welcome back to Morning Word. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you for watching these videos. Really is a blessing for me knowing that this is making a difference out there. For those that are new to this is where basically I share a short couple-minute video really sharing from my own personal Bible study. Okay, the reason I do that is, I was meeting so many people who were finding it a struggle to get into the Word, couldn't really figure what God was saying. Okay, and I really wanted them to be able to see that, if you really persevere and dig deeper into this book of life, not just the book of stories, but the book of life, it will give you so many life principles that can take your life from here to here, open your mind to new revelations, okay, give you a source of strength and a hope in the midst of your darkest of situations, and how to control things even in the best of situations too. So I've got to always say this, I'm not a pastor, not an evangelist, not anything like that, just someone who fell in love with the Bible and just really wanted to share it. So God bless you, and I hope that this inspires you to get into the book of life for yourself. So let's really get into this. We're reading from the book of Genesis, and this is the last thing I'm going to be reading from the book of Genesis. I think we've done over 76 videos just from the book of Genesis. So we're going to be reading from Genesis 50, okay, verse 19 to 20. So 50 verse 19 to 20, and it reads this. But Joseph said to them, "Don't be afraid. I'm in the place of God. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Boom! I tell you, just that right there, I could stop right there. To accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then, don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children. And he reassured them and spoke to them kindly. Now, understand the story, this magnitude. This video may be a little bit longer than 5 minutes, so hopefully you got the time. Okay, Joseph right here was speaking to his brothers who had sold him, okay, and left him for dead. Okay, they sold him as a slave, their own brother. Okay, and he went through the most horrendous times. Okay, having to be, sold as a slave. Okay, being accused of rape, thrown in prison, okay, lied against, forgotten about, all those things. But then he rose to prominence, man. He rose to become the second in command, okay? And God gave him such revelations, and he was able to read Pharaoh's dreams, okay, about the famine, okay, that they were able to save a harvest, that even when the famine came, they were able to bless the whole world. That's how God used him, and that's why he said, this all happened that God could use me to save lives. And this is what I want to say to you, okay, is that sometimes it's hard to see the good that comes from the evil or the destruction or the pains that's happening in your life right now. It's hard to see it, okay? The same way that Joseph probably at that time when he was a slave would have been hard for him to see how God was ever going to use that situation, okay, to save many, many lives, okay? But understand this, God sees the big picture. Like, I can't get my hands in it. God sees the big picture. We only see this, but God sees that I'm going to take this little bit that's happening in your life, okay, to progress you over the whole course of your life, okay? And if only we could see that. And that's why, good can come from bad situations. I want to give you a couple of examples. Let's have a look at racism. Okay, so racism, we know what happened, obviously, with Hitler and the racism there, but actually it produced unity. We had unities of countries coming together to fight one common foe, which was racism. Forget that it was Hitler, it was racism. Okay, let's have a look at famines. We've seen famines all around the world. What does that produce? Okay, some of the, when we're seeing real bad times, we saw unity come together where we had the things like Band-Aid. Okay, where whole communities were coming together, okay, pouring all their money together, okay, so people could eat, okay, and we've seen the same things, with wars and things like that. We've seen charities spring up, okay, if it wasn't for all these things, would we see the charities? Would we see the Oxfams? Would we see all these things? So good things have come out of wickedness. So this is the question. This is the question of the day. Do you believe God is in control? I know it's so easy to believe that God is not in control, okay, when you see all the bad things that are happening, but you're only seeing this, but God's seeing this, okay? And look at all the good things that have come from what is the wicked things of this world. So much good has come of it, okay? Now, yes, we'd love that there was no bad things in the world, but God, be realistic. Unfortunately, we are fallen people, so bad things happen. So listen, this is the learning I want you to take away from your own pains that you're going through right now, okay? Your greatest moments of victory can come from your darkest hour. Let me say that again. Your greatest moments of victory can come from your darkest hour. So here's the action of the day I want you to take away from this. Take that problem, see what you got, take it, okay? Write it down and learn from it. Say, okay, I've got this problem right now. I've got struggles in my finances. Write it down. Go, what can I learn from here? I can learn to be disciplined with my finances. I can learn not to spend more than I'm getting in. If you learn that principle, it'll take to the next level. Okay, so you got divorced, okay? And that happens, unfortunately. Okay, these things happen. Your marriage is split up. Okay, what can you take from that heartache and that pain and that separation and say, do you know what? Next time I go into a relationship, I'm gonna take all that learning and we're gonna have the best marriage. We're gonna be 30, 40, 50 years deep. Okay, my kid's go off the rail. What can I learn from that? There are so many things you can learn from your problem that can take you to your greatest victory. So God bless you, and I'm a little bit longer, but yeah, I got a little bit passionate there. Okay, but really, please, as we say, please take these lessons and apply them. Don't just listen to them, apply them. Okay. So as we always say with Gen Hope, God's gift to us is life. What we do with that life is our gift back to God. God bless you. Make sure you join us for the next morning word. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, obviously, and also our social media, so you can get these videos Monday to Friday. And please share them with those that you may know of faith, and those who are not even in the faith, so they can see that God really wants to speak into their lives and make their lives better. God bless you, and see you soon.